Please welcome the Honourable Prime Minister of Nepal.
Member of Parliament, could you please come and say this? Just shake a photograph.
Prime Minister, delighted to meet you. Thank you so much for coming.
Andrew,
How are you?
So you're picking the time from here.
Welcome, welcome aboard. Nice to meet you.
That's a good form of counselling. You know that. There we are. Very good.
It's nice to meet you in person.
Hello, Richard Bell from the House of Lords. Nice to meet you. Same sort. That's it.
Welcome.
How do you do? Hello?
Should we smile for my... Great, thank you.
How do you do? And in Nepal, and I'm good to see you. Okay. Thank you. Cheers.
Hi, Gala, you studied at the school long ago.
Right Honourable Prime Minister Ben Naval.
Okay. Okay. You want to take a photograph? I got you. Thank you. Shake. Okay. Yeah.
You don't want to look at. Yes, sir. 1, 2.
100 years of allyship and friendship, Nepal and the UK have stood together in many fights. This year, you are here in Britain to stand side by side with the UK again and many other countries in the fight against climate change. In a political career spanning 6 decades, you have consistently been a champion of your people and the country Nepal. A believer in democracy, freedom and close ties to your democratic neighbours, your leadership has been instrumental in founding the future of your country. The connection between Nepal and the UK deepens and develops every year. The Nepalese diaspora in the UK is an integral part of our country. They often share the best of both cultures, a fusion of modern identities. This evening was made possible by the generosity of Ravi, Jung, Lamichhane.
Thank you.
Who is kindly supporting this dinner. And Ravi is a UK-based businessman and a philanthropist. His success comes from a modern business supplying British and European leading fashion houses with his own wholesale ladies' fashion. But Ravi is known best for his social commitment, his sense of responsibility to society. Each time Nepal has been subjected to a natural disaster, be it earthquake or COVID-19, Ravi has stepped up to help. But it isn't just at times of crisis and when the spotlight shines that he helps. He continues to, year in, year out, providing free education for 50 orphan children in a renowned boarding school. Ravi has made tonight possible because he knows the relationship between the UK and Nepal matters. He works for it, building it, shaping it for a modern world. But you've already been kind enough to give the lined up round of applause to Ravi. But we'll celebrate. I also want to thank, on behalf of all of us here tonight, Mahant, Shrestha. Monty is an entrepreneur, a social reformer and long-standing businessman. Monty has spent more than 40 years doing business in the UK, and in that time he has built up a reputation both as a philanthropist and a giver, and his generosity has also made tonight possible. So thank you very much, Monty.
Thank you.
But Ravi and Monty are not the only members of the diaspora here, and I hope everyone will take the opportunity to speak to those around them to learn more about the thriving British Nepali diaspora, or, if you are Nepali, to share your wisdom about how important that relationship is. I was lucky enough to have the opportunity to visit Nepal at the beginning of last year, to work with some of your parliamentarians, civil servants and civil society. I saw the raw energy of Kathmandu, the statuesque beauty of the mountains and the calm placidity of Pokhara. I look forward to the day I am lucky enough to return. But to be completely clear, you don't want to hear from me. That's not why I'm here. We're all here today to hear from the Prime Minister. So I will invite a few of our speakers to the stage, but ask that they restrict their remarks to no more than a few minutes, so that the Prime Minister has the time he needs to express his vision for the relationship between the two countries. So firstly, I would like to invite our co-host this evening, the Lord Sheikh, to the stage. Lord Sheikh is the chair of the UK Nepal Trade and Investment Forum, a renowned author, businessman, campaigner and parliamentarian. Lord Sheikh.
Right Honourable Sher Bahadur Deuba, distinguished guests from Nepal, Your Excellencies, my lords, honourable members of Parliament, ladies and gentlemen, good evening and namaskar. I'm very pleased to be invited to speak at this dinner, which is in honour of Right Honourable Sher Bahadur Deuba and the distinguished guests from Nepal. I had the pleasure to meet with the Prime Minister and the distinguished guests this morning at a breakfast meeting, we did have interesting and productive discussions. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm a great friend of Nepal, and I visited Nepal on 3 occasions. The Nepalese are extremely welcoming and friendly people. As a British politician, I'm pleased to say that our political connection with Nepal goes back to over 200 years. Nepal is also recognized in history for the loyal and dedicated service provided by the Gurkhas in our armed forces. In the UK, there is a strong support for the Gurkhas as Gurkhas.
Because tomorrow, the 31st of October, marks the 207th anniversary of the demise of Major General Rollo Gillespie whilst attempting to take the hill fort of Columbia, now in England but was in Nepal, where an overwhelming force of better equipped British soldiers, some 4,000, failed to defeat 650 Nepali soldiers in the fort, and it led to an honourable draw, and that was the start of our historic relationship, where one of your predecessors, Prime Minister Thapa, allowed then the East Indian Army to recruit Gurkhas into their force, and that relationship has continued literally for the last 207 years and will for many years to come. And I first got to visit your country as a young 18-year-old Gurkha officer, doing a bridge recce north of Pokhara. I absolutely fell in love with the place and have been back many years since. I have continued my association with the brigade, having served in Bosnia, Afghanistan with it as a soldier, and now, as was rightly said, as the Deputy Colonel Commandant. So I'm delighted that the Colonel Commandant, General Richard Wardle, my dear friend, is also with us. We continue to work closely, and I simply want to thank you, really. We now, as you know, not only have 3,500 Gurkhas in the British Army, but many others who have transferred away from the brigade. And they make such an outstanding contribution that we simply wouldn't know what to do without them. They form the backbone of our relationship. There's so much more that I could say, but it's an enormous pleasure to be here. And being a good soldier and as a politician tonight, I'll stick to my 2 minutes.
Thank you very much, and namaste. It's lovely to have you with us, Prime Minister, and to have such wonderful number of guests here. Obviously, Nepal, being a relatively small country, has a huge footprint, and you've brought together the chain gang of London. So if you're a mayor, put up your hand. And if you're a council leader, put up your hand. And I noticed that it's the Prime Minister's 5th consecutive term, so Councillor Mason, you're only on your 1st. You've got 5 more AGMs to keep going. And it is wonderful that you've brought us all together in this way. And what better theme than the environment? We know that this week, sadly, 200 Nepali have passed due to the monsoons. And we know how important the concept of water and the importance for communities that water means in Nepal. And we do hope that our government works very hard to get everybody committed to climate change pledges so that in Nepal and in countries like Nepal, which desperately need a solution to climate change, we can see that.
common faith in the parliamentary democracy, the fundamental part of the close relationship with Nepal and when the parliamentary body dedicated to Nepal, APPG has played an important role for promoting these relations. This parliament is admired not only by the institution of British democracy, but also as a symbol of multi-party democracy and the fundamental freedom. Right from the days of the Magna Carta, 1215 AD, British Parliament has stood the test of time as the supreme representative body of the people. Today, the United Kingdom signifies a mature democracy with robust democratic institutions. Nepal is a young democracy making sincere efforts to strengthen the foundation of its democratic institutions. Democracy and freedom have not come easily for us. It took a long struggle. Democracy and freedom are dear to me, especially because I myself fought hard alongside with my fellow compatriots for many decades. The Constitution of Nepal promulgated in 2015 was the culmination of the long struggle. It is a constitution that consolidated key features of the parliamentary democracy, periodic elections, inclusive representation, the rule of law, and independent judiciary, separation of power, checks and balances, but peaceful transfer of political power. Our constitution guarantees 33% representation of women in the federal parliament and the provincial assembly, and 40% of local level. All at present, women occupies 41% of all elected offices. The current coalition government which I lead is deeply committed to the implementation of this constitution in its natural aspects. Our two countries firmly believe that democracy makes people truly sovereign. However, it would be a mistake to take democracy for granted. We need to be mindful that democracy must continue to fulfill people's aspiration for socio-economic development. For a country like Nepal, constrained resources stand as a major challenge for economic development. On top of that, COVID-19 pandemic has further constrained our ability to deliver development. Dear friends, we are encouraged by the goodwill and solidarity expressed in the UK Parliament towards Nepal on various occasions. It is a warm reminder that we have great friends in difficult times during the COVID crisis. The appeal honorable members of it for Nepal was very thoughtful and generous. I would like to thank members of this Parliament for this solidarity. I also take the opportunity to express our gratitude to the people of government Gala Kingdom for continuous support in Nepal's development efforts. United Kingdom is oldest friend of Nepal ever since the establishment of the bilateral relations in 1868. Our ties has been defined on the basis of friendship, goodwill, and mutual trust. The generation of British workers serves an another important link to time-tested relations. The Parliament of both countries had a crucial role to play in further strengthening our relations. I am grateful for the role all party group has played in the Federal Parliament of Nepal.
Setting up the microphone before you start saying. And it's also, when you are the last speaker, it becomes a vote of thanks rather than delivering a major speech tonight. Good evening and welcome. And Prime Minister, namaste, and to the delegation. Prime Minister, thank you for being here and for gracing us with your presence. We are truly grateful that you are able to take time out of your schedule to meet us and share this gala dinner with us tonight. When I was first made aware that we would have the honor of your presence, I was keen that we show you the value of the UK-Nepal relationship to Britain. The link between the United Kingdom and Nepal stretches back into history. Over more than 200 years, the commitment, dedication, and sacrifice of Gurkha soldiers for the UK has been a constant source of pride and gratitude for millions. I'm delighted that this evening we have been joined by so many from different walks of life. People here to celebrate a long and enduring friendship. People from politics, government, civil society, and business. Those from Nepal, those who love Nepal, and those who will come to love Nepal. I got the indication from quite a few of my colleagues tonight that they wanted to go back to Nepal. As the chair of the all-party parliamentary group for Nepal, I'm delighted that the honor of hosting this dinner falls to me. In my years as chair, I have been proud of every single meeting we have had, of the times we have spoken up in Parliament for Nepal, and of the issues we have raised for mutual concern. The strength, commitment, and hard work of the Nepalese diaspora in this country never fails to impress me. I do want to recognize two members of that diaspora tonight. I know Dominic and Lord Sheikh has already mentioned them, but I want to extend my thanks to Ravi and to Mahant. Without them tonight would not be the special Thank you. I also like to thank, sometimes we don't do it in our passion and rush. I would like to thank Dominic and Spencer. For my team to make sure this event becomes a success. And we have the representation from all walks of life, especially the political arena, because we are honoring the political leader of the country. So we all wanted that. So thank you very much, Dominic and Spencer tonight, and convey my thanks to the rest of the team when we go back. I'm delighted to say I have been to Nepal 5 times in these years and have always found a nation keen to develop our country's ties, proud of our shared history, and unafraid of modernity. The strength and fortitude Kathmandu showed in the face of a devastating earthquake was inspiring, just as the growth since has been. In 2 centuries, the Gurkha regiments, Lord Lancaster, have provided brave and loyal service to the British armed forces and have shown themselves to be anyone's equal.